Well, this is the last lesson in the SQL Databases from Start to Finish course. First, I want to say congratulations on getting here. It takes some work to get through from knowing nothing or practically nothing about SQL to being able to create, design, and build a database. That's a lot of work on your part, and I really applaud you for that. So the question I often get from my students when they get to this point is, where do I go from here? Now that I've gotten to this level, I don't want to stop or plateau here. I want to move to the next level. And how do I do that? Here's my advice. Don't go right into getting another course. You need to let this one sink in for a bit. Okay? Now, I don't sell another course at this time, and I may in the future, but for right now, it wouldn't matter if I had 5 more courses in line. I would tell you the same thing. Don't get another course yet. You need to practice what you've learned. Not just the after every lesson, do a little bit of work. I'm talking about building 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 databases that you use for something. Create a to-do list database. Create a chores database for around the house. Create a database to track your mood. Whatever it is, create some databases where you're creating tables and views and store procedures and backing up and restoring it and doing all these different things so that you keep these skills sharp, but also so you grow these skills. Your skills will grow from practice. They will not grow from just learning more. Learning more actually will crowd your brain and it will hurt your long-term success. So from a guy who's been there and done that, I would encourage you to practice, not just go try and learn more. Now, there's some resources out there if you get stuck. Okay, I want to point those out right away. First of all, if you've got a question and you're not sure what the answer to it is, the place to go is stackoverflow.com. Go there, don't ask a question, look for the answer. Because almost certainly, your question has already been answered. If you absolutely cannot find the answer, and it's a generic question, meaning it's not specific to your environment, like it's not saying, well, we have these records and this is happening. If you can be a little bit generic so that it might apply to more than just your situation, and you ask the question, you'll get help. Even if that help is, well, you need to use different keywords because this will show up in the search. Here's the answer. It's already been discussed. Okay? The great thing about Stack Overflow is it's a merit-based system where the good ideas come to the top, mostly. The good questions go to the top. The good answers get the most votes. And so it's a lot easier to see what's good information and what's bad information. Because that's something that's really scary on the internet, is finding a source for good information. Stack Overflow will help you with that for questions. Another place that's got some curated content that's based upon merit is Code Project. codeproject.com. And these links are up in the notes for this course, or notes for this lesson. So codeproject.com is a site for programming in general, but there is a section for SQL in there. And all the articles that are written, and these are volunteer articles. These are not articles that are paid for. All these articles are voted on by the members. And so, again, the good articles will rise to the top, and the bad ones will be marked as such. You'll see that there's a lot of bad votes for this one, so I probably should skip it. That's a great place for learning about a certain topic or a certain piece. So if you had a question about the indexes in a database, something we really didn't cover that well or that deeply in this course, you might search for SQL indexes at Code Project, and you'll probably find 4 or 5 or even 10 articles that are really good that cover those indexes. Now, the other resource that I would highly encourage you to are and when they meet. And it's a great way to really boost those skills in SQL Server. So I'd highly recommend it. Find a local user group. If you can't find one, at least find a SQL Saturday. SQL Saturdays are held once a year, usually, and they're advertised on SQLSaturday.com. So with all of that happening, again, I say practice first, join a user group, and then if you have questions, go to Stack Overflow or Code Project. All right? So that's where I say go from here. I appreciate you getting this course. I appreciate you going through it. And I would also love to hear your constructive feedback about how we can do differently in the future, how we can improve this course for next time, or how I can change to better serve you. All right? Thank you very much. And as always, I am Tim Corey.